Are bananas becoming extinct? I don't know if you have heard, but within the next decade bananas might become a thing of the past in our marketplaces, at least for a time. This has happened before in the 1960s with the Gros Michel banana, with the British coffee plantations in Ceylon in the 19th century and countless other times. Not to mention two other major crops facing collapse, coffee, again, and cacao, chocolate. It seems we really never learn that monocropping, while potentially vastly profitable, always sets ourselves up for eventual harsh crop collapse sometime in the future. This article I found on Wired.com touches on the need for diversity to properly handle pests, fungal invasion or even increasing temperatures that move ecologies north, or south if below the equator, or up the sides of mountains, important for us if you consider the best maca and potatoes are grown in their home range of the Andes. While the Gros Michel was a much sweeter banana than today's Cavendish, it seems the fungal rot that destroyed the former has finally evolved past the resistance of the latter. That resistance is why the Cavendish took over as the modern banana sold to consumers after the collapse of the Gros. All this might not even be an issue except for the ease of global transportation, not just for humans but everything including pests, viruses and bacteria, and crop-eating fungus. The article featured on Wired.com is excerpted from Never Out of Season, How Having the Food We Want When We Want It Threatens Our Food Supply and Our Future, by Rob Dunn. While people often talk about the need for agriculture to embrace diversity more than it is, hardly ever mentioned is the need for diversity in our diet. Let me be clear, people say, eat a diverse diet of fruits and veggies to be healthy. This is said often enough, but they are talking about the handful of species we've cultivated into what seems like a much larger bigger group. Brassica oleracea is a prime example. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, collard greens, kale, and kohlrabi are all Brassica oleracea. Zucchini and pumpkins are the same species. Acorn squash, buttercup squash, Hubbard squash, and winter squash are all the same too. So it's easy to see that we may think we are eating diverse and being super healthy by doing so, but in reality, we have limited our bodies to certain sets of DNA that can lead us to deficiencies. And deficiencies lead to disease, just as happens with our agriculture when we monocrop. We will talk more about this in the future and what can be done to actively expand the numbers of species you ingest. Wondering out loud. Zane Christopher and the Lost Empire Herbs team.